The sky was not blue anymore. It was covered by a shadow so huge that the people below forgot to breathe. The alien ship was like a floating mountain of black steel, stretching across the horizon. No sun, no clouds, only the cold outline of something, not from Earth. Children cried. Mothers pulled them close. Soldiers pointed their weapons but did not fire. They all knew that human guns could not stop something this big. Then, a sound came. It was not thunder. It was laughter. The laughter was not human. It echoed inside the minds of everyone standing on the ground. It was sharp, cruel, and heavy, like glass breaking again and again. They are weak, the voice said. They are small. Look at them shaking. People dropped to their knees, pressing their hands over their ears, but the voice was not in the air. It was inside their heads. The aliens were speaking straight into human thoughts, and they were laughing. World. Leaders rushed to send messages. Presidents, generals, and kings argued with each other. Some said, "Fight." Others said, "Surrender." But nothing mattered. The aliens had technology far beyond anything Earth could imagine. The black ship opened. From its belly, a smaller craft came down, shaped like a claw. It landed in the middle of the city square, crushing cars and stone beneath its weight. Dust rose into the air and people screamed. From the craft, tall figures stepped out. They had shining armor and eyes like burning coal. Their skin looked like silver stone, cold and hard. Each step they took made the ground vibrate. They laughed again. One alien lifted a human soldier with one hand. The soldier kicked, tried to break free, but the alien tossed him aside like paper. "You call yourselves warriors?" The alien commander sneered. "You are nothing. We have fought empires. We have burned worlds. You are insects." The humans trembled. Some ran. Some froze. The air was thick with fear. But in the crowd, one man did not run. One man did not kneel. He was not a soldier. He had no weapons, no armor, no power. Just an ordinary man, his clothes dirty from the dust, his face calm while everyone else panicked. The alien commander noticed him. "Why do you stand?" the alien asked, his voice shaking the ground. "Do you not understand? Your world is ours now. Your people will kneel. Your history will end." The man looked up at the towering creature. His voice was steady, almost quiet, but it carried through the silence. "No." The alien laughed, louder this time. "You say no? Look around. You human, they are on their knees. They know the truth. You are nothing. You cannot fight us." The man's eyes did not move away. "You think we are nothing," he said. "But you do not understand us. You do not understand what family means. You do not understand what it means to fight for each other, not for power." The alien tilted his head. For a moment, the cruel smile froze. "Family," the alien repeated, mocking the word. "We do not need family. Family is weakness. Family makes you soft. We live for power, for conquest. That is strength." The man shook his head slowly. "No, that is fear. You conquer because you are afraid of standing alone. Family is not weakness. Family is the only strength that never breaks." The crowd listened in shock. People who had been crying now stared at the man. Soldiers lowered their guns, confused. Even the alien stopped laughing for a moment. The commander's eyes narrowed. "You speak boldly, human. Let us see if your family saves you." In a flash, the alien raised his weapon, pointing it straight at the man's chest. The weapon hummed, glowing with deadly light. The people gasped. Some screamed. Everyone thought the man would be burned into dust in the next second. But the man did not flinch. He stood still, his hands at his sides, his eyes unblinking. The alien commander pressed his finger to the trigger, and then stopped. The alien's hand shook. His eyes, burning like coals, seemed uncertain. Something about the human's calm stare unsettled him. Something he did not understand. Behind the commander, another alien soldier whispered, "Why do you wait? End him." The commander lowered the weapon slowly, his mouth twisting. "No, not yet. He will not die so easily. This one will face the trial." The alien ship rumbled above as if answering the commander's decision. The ground shook under human feet. Fear returned, but mixed now with something new, something strange. Hope. The man said nothing. He only kept staring at the aliens, his face calm, his voice steady inside his mind. Family is strength. And though the crowd did not understand what would come next, one thing was clear. This ordinary man had just begun something that could change the future of both humans and aliens forever. The city square was silent. Smoke rose from broken streets and dust hung in the air like a curtain. People watched in shock as the alien commander lowered his weapon. The human man who had dared to speak still stood tall, untouched. Nobody understood why. The aliens had killed soldiers with ease. They had mocked humanity without mercy. Yet this one man was still alive. The alien commander's voice rolled across the crowd like thunder. This human will face the trial. If he survives, his words may have meaning. If he dies, his defiance dies with him. The crowd gasped. Soldiers whispered among themselves. Children clung to their parents. What was this trial? Nobody knew. But everyone could feel it was not a chance for survival. It was a death sentence. The aliens dragged the man forward. His feet scraped against the broken stones, but he did not fight them. His face stayed calm, as if he had already made peace with what was coming. The alien commander's doubt inside his tall silver helmet, the alien commander frowned. He had crushed many worlds, burned many cities. No human had ever looked at him without fear. Yet this man's eyes were steady, unshaken. Why does he not tremble? The commander thought. What power does he believe he has? One of the alien soldiers leaned close. Commander, why give him a trial? He is weak. End him here. The commander's eyes narrowed. No. His courage is strange. If we kill him now, his people may whisper of him as a hero. Let him face the trial. Let his death be slow. Let his people see how powerless he truly is. The soldier laughed cruelly. Yes, Commander. They will see their weakness. But deep inside, the commander felt something he did not want to name. Not fear, but unease. A prison of shadows. The man was thrown into a dark alien chamber. Metal, walls hummed with strange energy. Chains bound his arms, though he did not pull against them. The air smelled of iron and smoke. In the shadows, alien guards stood like statues, their red eyes glowing. One of them whispered to another, "Why does the commander waste time? This one will break before the trial even begins." But the man did not break. He closed his eyes, breathing slowly. His mind replayed his words. Family is strength. A voice in the dark hours passed. The chamber was silent except for the low hum of alien machines. Then from the far corner a quiet voice spoke. Human. The man opened his eyes. He saw a figure half hidden in the shadows. It was not like the others. Its armor was scratched and dull. Its stance was different, not proud, not cruel, not almost uncertain. Why do you fight? The voice asked. You cannot win. Our kind rules the stars. We break empires. Why do you resist when even your own leaders are ready to kneel? The man studied the figure. His voice was steady. I do not fight for power. I fight for family. For those who cannot fight. For those who need someone to stand for them. The alien tilted its head. Family? You speak that word again. What makes it so strong? The man's eyes softened. Because family does not abandon each other. Even when afraid, even when weak, they hold on. Family gives meaning to every breath. Without it, you are only empty. The alien said nothing for a long time. Its burning eyes flickered as if something deep inside was unsettled. At last it whispered almost too softly to hear. Strange human. Perhaps your weakness is not weakness at all. Then the alien turned away quickly as the guards returned, but the man knew something had changed. The trial announced. The next day, the commander stood before thousands of humans and aliens. His voice shook the ground. This human dares to stand against us. He speaks of family, of strength that is not power. Tomorrow, he will face the trial of fire. If he survives, perhaps humanity deserves to live. If he fails, Earth will bow forever. The alien crowd cheered, hungry for blood. The humans shivered, some crying, some praying. The square became a cage of fear. The man was brought forward. Chains bound his hands, but his eyes searched the crowd. He saw the fear on human faces, and he raised his voice. Not loud, but strong, enough to cut through the noise. Do not fear them. They think we are weak. They do not understand us. They do not know what it means to stand together. I am only one man. But I will not bow. Neither should you. The crowd went silent. Even the commander's smile faded for a moment. Then the laughter returned. Cold, sharp, merciless. Let us see how long your courage lasts in the fire. A silent pact as the man was dragged back. To his chamber, he felt a pair of eyes watching him, the same figure from the shadows. The alien who had whispered before. Their eyes met for a single second. No words, no movement. But in that moment, something unspoken passed between them. A silent pact. That night, the man lay in his chains. Outside, the alien ship covered the sky, and the world trembled. Tomorrow would bring the trial of fire. But he was not afraid. Because, even here in the heart of the enemy's power, he felt it, the beginning of family. The gates opened with a roar of metal. Heat poured out like a storm. The air shimmered, the ground cracked. The trial of fire had begun. Thousands of aliens gathered in the arena, their stone-like faces lit by the glow of flames. They shouted, laughed, and pounded their weapons against the walls. They wanted blood. They wanted the human to burn. High above, the alien commander stood on a balcony, his crimson eyes fixed on the small figure below. The human. No armor, no weapon, no shield. Just a man in torn clothes, standing in the center of a furnace built to destroy him. The crowd's cruel laughter. Look at him, one alien shouted. He shakes already. Another laughed, but the man did not shake. His body was tense, sweat dripping from his face, but his eyes were steady. He looked at the walls of flame rising around him, then lifted his gaze to the endless alien crowd. I will not fall, he whispered to himself. Not while they watch me. Not while they need hope. The laughter of the aliens grew louder, but the humans watching from behind force fields felt something else. Their fear shifted, if only slightly. The man's courage was spreading. The trial begins. The ground rumbled. From the burning gates, shapes emerged. Alien beasts with scales like iron and jaws that dripped fire. They were bred only for war. Even armored soldiers feared them. The beasts circled the man, their glowing eyes hungry. The alien commander raised his hand. Let the trial begin. The beasts attacked. Clever, not strong. The man ran. Not toward the beasts, but toward the walls. He ducked under their jaws, leapt over broken stone, rolled to avoid claws. He did not try to meet their strength. He used speed, wit, and every trick his body could give him. The crowd roared in anger. They wanted him to fight head-on. They wanted him crushed. But the human moved differently than they expected. One beast lunged. The man grabbed a broken spear from the ground, thrusting it not into the creature's chest but into its eye. The beast screamed, thrashing wildly. It knocked over another beast, and both crashed into the fire. The crowd gasped. For the first time, alien laughter broke into silence. The watching alien in. The shadows of the balcony, one alien soldier leaned forward, the same one who had spoken to the man in secret. Their eyes glowed, but not with cruelty, with curiosity. He should be dead already, the alien thought. Yet he endures. Not because of strength, because of something else. When the man shouted, "I will not fall," the alien soldier felt something strange stir inside their chest, something they did not have a word for: fire and smoke. The battle raged. The beasts came again, claws tearing, fire spraying from their throats. The heat burned, the man's skin, his lungs choking on smoke. His body screamed for rest, but his will did not break. He set traps with broken chains. He tricked the beasts into colliding. He turned their strength against them. Slowly, painfully, he brought them down one by one. The final beast charged, its jaws wide, flames bursting. The man grabbed a fallen shield, leapt aside, and forced the beast into the fire pit itself. With a scream, it vanished in the blaze. Silence. The human fell to his knees, coughing. His body burned and bloodied. But he was alive. The commander's rage. The alien commander's hands tightened on the balcony rail. His eyes burned hotter. "Impossible," he hissed. "He should not have survived." One of his officers bowed. "Commander, shall we finish him now?" The commander shook his head. His smile returned, cruel and sharp. "No, let them see. Let all of them see. This weak creature thinks survival is victory. Tomorrow he will face the second stage. We will break him slowly." The alien crowd roared in approval. But under the noise, whispers began. Even among them, some wondered, how did a human last against the fire beasts? The silent ally. That night the man was dragged back to his cell. His body was broken, his skin burned, but his eyes still burned brighter than the flames. In the shadows, the same alien soldier appeared again. They looked at him through the bars. "You should be dead," the alien said softly. "No human survives the trial of fire. Why do you still stand?" The man raised his head slowly. His voice was hoarse, but steady. "Because I am not alone. Even if they are far, even if they are afraid, my family is with me, and I will not let them see me fall." The alien soldier's eyes flickered. Something inside them trembled, something their people had always crushed. Respect. And maybe, just maybe, loyalty. Before leaving, the alien whispered, almost against their own will, "Strange human. Tomorrow you may face worse than fire, but you will not face it alone." The man closed his eyes, a faint smile on his cracked lips. The end of day one. Far above, the alien ship blocked the stars. The commanders plotted, the soldiers laughed, and the humans prayed. But in the heart of the darkness, in a single prison cell, a bond had begun to grow, not of power, not of conquest, but of family. And family could survive fire. Night fell heavy over the alien ship. The trial of fire was over, but the air still smelled of smoke. Far below, in a cold cell of black steel, the human lay on the floor. His body burned, his skin torn, yet his eyes still alive. The guards outside laughed. "He survived one day," one said. "He will not survive the next," another replied. But in the darkness of the cell, a different sound came. A voice. Soft. Curious. Human. "Why do you still breathe?" A whisper in the shadows. The man opened his eyes. He saw the same alien soldier from before, the one with scratched armor, the one who had whispered questions when others only mocked. The alien stepped closer to the bars, their coal red eyes glowing faintly. "You should be ashes, yet you live." "Why?" The man's voice was weak but steady. "Because I refuse to give them what they want. They want me to kneel. They want me to break. If I live, even in chains, they cannot win." The alien tilted their head. "You fight for yourself?" The man shook his head slowly. "No, not for me, for them." He gestured weakly toward the window where, far below, faint lights of the human city still burned under the shadow of the alien ship. "For my people, for my family." The alien frowned. "You speak that word again. Family. It is strange to Me. The man's eyes softened. It is not strange. It is simple. Family means you are never alone. It means you carry others in your heart, even when they are far away, even when they are afraid, even when they are gone. Family makes you stronger than fear. The aliens doubt. The alien soldier was silent. Their stone-like face did not move, but something flickered in their eyes. My kind does not have family, they said at last. We have command. We have conquest. We live to follow power, nothing more. The man gave a small, tired smile. Then your kind is hollow. Power fades, fear fades. But love never fades. That is why you fear us. Not because we are strong, but because we are unbreakable when we stand together. The alien's chest tightened at his words. No one had ever spoken to them like this. No one had ever suggested there could be something more than power. For the first time in their life, the alien felt uncertain. A silent gift. The guards left for the night, laughing as they went. The alien soldier stayed behind. Quietly, they stepped to the bars and dropped something small inside. It clinked against the floor. The man reached out and picked it up. It was a piece of cloth, torn and old, but dry and clean. To bind your wounds, the alien whispered. The man looked at them in surprise. His lips curled into a faint smile. Thank you. The alien turned away quickly, as if ashamed. Do not thank me. If they know, I will be executed. I do not know why I do this. The man's voice was gentle. Because you are not empty. You feel what they told you to kill. That makes you stronger than them. The alien's hands tightened around their weapon. They did not answer. But before they left, their voice trembled. Rest, human. Tomorrow will not be fire. It will be worse. The commander's plan high above, in the command chamber, the alien leader spoke to his generals. His voice was sharp, filled with anger. The human should be dead, yet he lives. His survival stirs whispers. Some of our own begin to question. One general bowed. Then crush him tomorrow. Send him against the blades. Let them cut him down, in seconds. But the commander shook his head. His cruel smile returned. No, not seconds. I want his death slow. I want every human to watch him bleed hope from his body. Only then will they kneel. The generals bowed low. As you command. The human's resolve in his cell, the man bound his wounds with the cloth. His body ached with every breath, but his spirit burned brighter than before. He thought of the faces in the crowd. The children, the mothers, the soldiers who had lowered their weapons when he spoke. They had seen him stand. They had seen him survive. If I fall tomorrow, he whispered to himself, I will still not kneel. I will still not give them my soul. Then he looked toward the shadows where the alien soldier had stood. For the first time, he felt something strange. A connection. Not an ally yet. Not a friend yet. But something that could grow. A bond in the darkness. That night, when the guards were gone, the alien soldier returned. They did not speak at first. They only stood, watching the human through the bars. Finally, they whispered, You are strange. You do not hate me, though I am your enemy. You do not fear me, though I could end you now. Why? The man's voice was soft. Because family is not just blood. Family is anyone who stands with you when the world is against you. The alien's chest ached. Their people had no word for this feeling, but it was there, burning quietly like an ember that refused to die. The man lifted his eyes and said, You can choose. You do not have to be what they made you. You can be more. The alien's breath caught. They wanted to deny it, they wanted to turn away, but their heart betrayed them. Perhaps, they whispered, barely audible. Perhaps I will stand with you, not today, not yet. But when the time comes. The man nodded. A small, tired smile touched his lips. Then we are family. The night before above them, the alien ship covered the stars. Tomorrow, the man would face a new trial, one sharper than fire, one designed to cut him into pieces. But in the cold cell, something far greater than fear had been born. A bond, a seed of trust. And in that seed lay the power to break empires. The arena shook with the sound of alien drums, metal against metal, roars like thunder. The next trial was about to begin. The human was dragged into the center again, chains scraping the ground. His body was weak, his wounds still raw, but his eyes were steady. Above him, the alien commander raised his hand, his cruel smile sharp as a blade. Today, the commander declared, the human faces the trial of blades. He will not survive. Let all who watch see the truth. Defiance is useless. The crowd screamed with laughter. Alien soldiers slammed their weapons on the walls. The air was thick with bloodlust. The blades unleashed from 4 gates, alien warriors entered the arena, tall, armored, and armed with glowing swords. Their armor shimmered, alive with strange energy. They moved in perfect silence, their eyes burning red. The human stood with no weapon, only his bare hands. His breath was heavy, but his voice was calm. I have faced fire. I will face blades. I will not bow. The warriors charged, a battle of wits. The human ducked, rolled, and used the broken stones of the arena as cover. Sparks flew as blades clashed against walls. Every strike was strong enough to cut through steel, yet he slipped away, surviving, by inches. He grabbed a fallen chain, swung it, and wrapped it around one warrior's arm. With a sudden pull, he dragged the alien into another's sword. Sparks and blood filled the air. The crowd gasped. The human had no training, no alien strength, yet he turned their weapons against them. One by one, he forced mistakes. One by one, he endured, but every move drained him. His body was bleeding, his lungs burning. He could not last forever. A hidden hand on the balcony, the alien commander's smile faded. The human was supposed to die quickly. But once again, he fought with something more dangerous than strength. He fought with will. One of the generals leaned closer. Commander, the crowd grows restless. He should already be dead. The commander's eyes narrowed. Then make sure he dies. Now. The general nodded and pressed a hidden device. Sabotage. Suddenly, the ground beneath the human cracked open. Blades of metal burst from the floor, razor sharp, spinning like saws. It was not part of the trial. It was murder. The crowd gasped. Even some aliens looked uneasy. The human stumbled back, nearly losing his foot. He realized instantly, this was no test. This was betrayal. The warriors pressed forward, driving him toward the traps. His escape paths closed. The crowd leaned forward, expecting his end. An unexpected rescue. From the shadows of the balcony, a figure moved. The alien soldier with scratched armor, the one who had spoken with him, the one who had begun to doubt, gripped their weapon tightly. Their chest ached as they watched. The man had survived fire, beasts, and blades. And now, their own leaders cheated to kill him. Something inside snapped. They leapt from the balcony, landing in the arena with a crash. Dust and sparks exploded as they raised their weapon. The crowd fell into stunned silence. An alien soldier had entered the trial. Family in action. The human stared, breathing hard, his body trembling. The alien soldier looked at him for only a second. Then they spoke loud enough for all to hear. He fights with honor. You fight with fear. If this is a trial, then I stand with him. The alien commander roared in rage. Traitor! Kill them, both. The warriors hesitated, but the commander's voice forced them forward. They charged. Side by side, human and alien fought together. The man used his chain, his cunning, his speed. The alien soldier used their weapon, blocking deadly blows, protecting the man when he stumbled. For the first time, the human was not alone. For the first time, an alien chose him. The crowd, once laughing, now fell silent. They could not believe what they were seeing. One of their own, defending a human. Escape in chaos. More warriors poured into the arena. The commander's fury shook the walls. But the bond between man and alien gave them strength. They cut through the circle, fighting toward a broken gate. The human slipped, a blade slicing his arm. He staggered, nearly falling, but the alien caught him, pulling him up. "I will not let you fall," the alien said. Together they broke through, escaping into the burning tunnels beneath the arena. Behind them, alarms screamed, and the commander's voice echoed like thunder. "Find them. Kill them. None must escape." A family of two in the darkness of the tunnels, the human leaned against the wall, his blood dripping, his breath ragged, but his eyes shone with fire. "You saved me," he whispered. The aliens shook their head. "No. You saved me. You showed me something my people have forgotten. Something stronger than power." The human smiled faintly, his voice almost a whisper. "Family." The alien nodded slowly. Their eyes softened. For the first time they felt the truth of the word. Yes, family. The commander's fury back in the arena. The commander stood over the broken floor, his soldiers bowing in fear. His voice was like a storm. "Find them. Hunt them to the ends of this world. That human will not live another day, and the traitor will die screaming." But deep inside, a seed of fear grew. He had ruled through power and conquest. Yet one human, weak and wounded, had begun to change everything. The new beginning. Far below, hidden in the tunnels, man and alien walked together into the unknown. They were hunted, wounded, and outnumbered. But for the first time, they were not alone. They were a family of two, and a family can change the galaxy. The tunnels beneath the arena smelled of ash and metal. Flames roared somewhere above, and the sound of alien alarms shook the walls. The human and the alien soldier ran together, their shadows stretching long in the flickering light. Behind them, soldiers chased. The commander's voice boomed across hidden speakers. "Find them. Kill them both. No one betrays me and lives." The human staggered, clutching his bleeding arm. His body had reached its limit, but his eyes were still fierce. The alien soldier slowed, pulling him forward. "Keep moving," they said. "I can't," the man whispered. "You can. I will not leave you. A choice made." They slipped into a narrow chamber, the walls glowing faintly with alien symbols. Here, for a moment, they were hidden. The human collapsed against the wall, his breath harsh and broken. The alien knelt beside him. Their stone-like hands, meant for war, now tore strips from their own cloak and wrapped his wound. The human winced. "You don't have to help me." The alien's coal-red eyes met his. "Yes, I do. I chose this path. I chose you." The man managed a faint smile through the pain. "Then, you're family now." The alien froze. The word echoed inside them, strange yet warm. For the first time in their life, they did not feel like a soldier or a tool or a weapon. They felt like something more. The hunt, the sound of boots thundered closer. Alien soldiers flooded the tunnels, their weapons glowing. The human tried to stand, but his legs shook. The alien soldier lifted him easily, placing him on their back. "Hold on," the man weakly chuckled. "You carry me like a child." "Family protects family," the alien replied. They charged into the darkness, cutting through patrols with their weapon, moving with strength fueled not by orders but by choice. Whispers of rebellion. Not every alien soldier attacked with full force. Some hesitated. Some lowered their weapons as the pair passed. The human noticed. "They're afraid." The alien nodded grimly. "They see you. They see me standing with you. It plants questions. Doubt spreads faster than fire." For a moment, the human's weak smile returned. Then hope spreads too. A hidden refuge. After hours of running, they reached a broken sector of the ship, abandoned, filled with rubble. Here, the alien set the man down gently. "You need rest," they said. "You too," the man answered. "You fought for me today. You risked everything." The alien sat against the wall, silent for a long moment. Finally, they spoke. "My people taught me that loyalty belongs only to power, that nothing else matters. But when I saw them betray the trial, I understood. Power has no honor. You had nothing. No weapon, no armor. Yet you stood taller than them all. The human turned his head slowly, his voice weak but sure. That is because I did not stand for myself, I stood for others. That is family. The alien's chest ached again. A strange warmth spread inside them, something they had no name for, but something they no longer wanted to fight. A family of two. The human leaned back, his body trembling, his eyelids heavy. If I fall tomorrow, you must keep standing. The alien shook their head firmly. No, you will not fall, not while I breathe. The man gave a faint laugh. Then we are a strange family. One human, one alien. The alien looked at him for a long time, then nodded slowly. Strange, yes, but strong. For the first time in their life, the alien felt not like part of an empire, but part of something real. Rumors in the dark elsewhere on the ship. Whispers spread. Soldiers who had seen the trial muttered to each other when the commanders were not listening. He fought the beasts. He faced the blades. And one of our own stood beside him. The whispers grew. Some dismissed it. Others felt a crack in their loyalty. A single human and a single traitor, yet their courage planted seeds of rebellion in hearts that had never questioned orders before. The commander's rage. In the command chamber, the alien leader stood before his generals, his voice sharp as steel. They think this means something. They think weakness is strength. Crush this lie. Find them before dawn. Bring me their heads. The generals bowed, but their eyes were uneasy. Even here, doubt was growing. The night's oath in the hidden refuge, the human drifted into sleep, his breathing shallow but steady. The alien soldier watched him, their weapon across their knees. They whispered softly, words no alien had ever spoken before. You are my family now. I will not betray you. I will not leave you, even if all my kind turn against me. For the first time in their life, they felt peace, not from conquest, not from power, but from loyalty freely chosen. And in that moment, a family of two was born. The alien ship hung over Earth like a second moon, its shadow stretching across oceans and cities. Alarms wailed through its endless halls. Soldiers searched every corridor, every tunnel, every chamber. And in the broken heart of the ship, a single human and a single alien hid together. A family of two. The commander's last. Move in the command chamber, the alien leader's voice was sharp with rage. Enough of this. I will not let one weak human corrupt my soldiers. Prepare the square. We will make an example. At dawn, we will execute them both before the eyes of the world. His generals bowed, but whispers slid through the ranks. Some soldiers obeyed, others hesitated. Doubt was spreading like cracks through stone. Dawn of judgment. When morning came, the human and the alien were dragged into the city square, shackled, wounded, yet unbroken. Above, giant screens lit the sky, broadcasting their capture to the world below. Billions watched, hearts sinking. Humanity's last hope seemed crushed. The commander stood tall before the crowd, his voice booming like thunder. Look upon them. A human who defied us and a traitor who betrayed their own kind. This is the fate of all who resist. The soldiers roared, but their voices did not hide the unease in their eyes. The human speaks. The commander raised his weapon, ready to strike. But before he could, the human lifted his head. His voice, though weak, carried through the square. You call me weak. You call my kind nothing. Yet here I stand. You burned me with fire. You cut me with blades. You hunted me across your ship. Still, I stand. The crowd went silent. Even the commander paused. The man's eyes swept across the soldiers, across the humans watching from below. You think power rules the galaxy. You think fear keeps you strong, but power fades. Fear dies. Only family lasts. Only standing for each other makes us unbreakable. A shaken army. The alien soldier beside him, still shackled, raised their head and shouted, "He is right. I fought for conquest my whole life. It gave me nothing. but standing with him gave me everything. He is my family, and I will never betray that. Gasps filled the crowd. Soldiers shifted, their weapons trembling. Some lowered them. Others looked away from the commander's burning eyes. The commander roared in fury. Lies! You are nothing but traitors. But in that roar, his fear showed. The spark ignites. The man's voice rose stronger, echoing across the square and through the broadcasts to every human home. I am only one man, but I am not alone. Family is not just blood. Family is anyone who stands beside you when the world turns against you. That is humanity's answer. That is our strength. And it can be yours too. For the first time, the alien crowd did not laugh. Some soldiers dropped their weapons. Some tore off their helmets. A few even stepped forward, placing themselves between the commander and the captives. The commander's empire, built on fear, was cracking before his eyes. The breaking point. The commander raised his weapon again, his voice a storm of rage. Obey me. Kill them now, or you all die. But his own soldiers did not move. Their red eyes flickered with doubt. And then, one by one, they lowered their weapons. The commander's face twisted with fury. He charged toward the human himself, blade glowing. The alien soldiers, still shackled, threw themselves between the commander and the man. The blade slashed across their armor, sparks flying, but they did not fall. Family stands together, they said through clenched teeth. The human, with the last of his strength, grabbed the commander's arm and pulled him forward. The commander stumbled, his balance broken, and the crowd saw for the first time that he was not invincible. Humanity's answer. The human shouted, his voice carrying across the galaxy. You laughed at humanity, but now you see. We are not weak. We are not broken. We are family, and family never kneels. The words spread like fire, across the ship, across the armies, across the world. The laugh of the conquerors died, replaced by silence, and then by rebellion. Aliens who had once obeyed lifted their weapons, not against humans, but against their own commanders. Humans in the city below rose with courage, no longer afraid. The commander screamed in fury, but his voice was drowned out by something greater. Hope. A new family. The chains on the human and the alien soldier were struck away by trembling hands of other aliens who now joined them. The human turned to his ally, weak but smiling. They will not laugh at us again. The alien soldier, once a tool of conquest, now stood tall beside him. No, because we are family, and family changes everything. The end of fear. The black ship that once shadowed Earth was no longer a symbol of fear. It was the beginning of something new. One man, one alien, and the truth of family had broken an empire built on power. And as the sun rose beyond the smoke, humanity stood taller than ever before. They laughed at humanity once, but now humanity laughed last.